Okay, everybody, welcome and apologies for starting just a couple of minutes late. Technology is not always friendly to people like myself. I just want to welcome everybody from right across the province, and we do have a couple of people joining us from the US of A, including one of our consultants. Hey, Shelly, how's it going? And you've been invited here. You probably received the invite electronically. Most of you have agents in one of the 17 different offices that Team Friesen has across the province. So we're working with all of the agents. There are 550 of us. And instead of having 550 of us reach out to all of you and to just chat about this wonderful, wonderful group opportunity, what we've done is we've invited our Princess Cruises representative, Christine, to join us tonight. She is going to host this webinar. She's going to tell you about a very special sailing that we have selected for next September, originally branded as our first responders or frontline cruises itinerary. We celebrate all of those who have worked on the front lines, either retired or active duty, and their friends and their families. And because we have so many cabins that we've been given to sell on this particular sailing, we've opened it up to everybody. Christine and the team at Princess Cruises has given us a ton of wonderful perks to reward all of you who will be joining us. And I will have a little bit more information on how you can get more information or get your spot reserved at the end of this webinar. But for now, I'd like to introduce Christine from Princess Cruises. She has prepared a beautiful little PowerPoint presentation. And Christine, I'm going to let you take it away.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining. And I see that Leanne did a great job of introducing Team Friesen, and I have a couple more slides on the team and about Sean and Tammy and who they are. And they're two people that I have had the pleasure and honor of working with for the last 18 years. I look a lot younger in person, so don't let the videos show you, but they're amazing people and they have such a great team. And I also had the honor of meeting Leanne and a lot more of the team members recently. So it's been great to work alongside everybody. They have an amazing team where there's always a manager or somebody on at each location. So if you're having any challenges, they're there to help. And the one lovely thing about dealing with Team Friesen is that they pick up the phone. And this day and age where, some people feel that booking direct, and I work for Princess Cruise Lines, feel that when you book direct, it's the best way to go. It really isn't, because I'm just going to give you a quick example. Air Canada. Just this recently, me personally, I do not think I've slept since Friday, but I'm dealing with a lot of travel advisors and making sure that you, the guests, are taken care of. But each one of these travel advisors are there, and managers in Team Friesen are there to help you if you have such a situation. And hopefully we don't have these situations moving forward. But again, a great team that know what they're doing. All these stores are there. But what are we here for tonight, guys? We're here to talk about Princess. And Princess is 60 years young. And I know a lot of you remember or may even know have heard of the Love Boat. That's where it all started, where a lot of people started cruising. I know my parents started cruising, watching it Saturday night. It's a great thing. So thank you again. This is me with my daughter, my lovely dog, Roxy. We are in Europe, in Greece there. And my boss, Marsha Patrick, is there with me as well. She's a great lady, and we're all here to help you as well. My daughter will actually get on the phone with anybody that wants to know about kids cruising, because she has been sailing with me since she was 2 years old. She's 22 now, but she'd be happy to answer any questions on what it's like to bring your kids on board also. So we love Alaska, and we want to tell you why. Well, Princess has been #1 in Alaska for many, many years. We win several third-party awards when it comes to Alaska, and we keep winning them year over year. We've been there over 55 plus years. We have fantastic cruises and cruise tours, so you can do round trip, but we're going to be doing a cruise tour, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And we do immersive experiences, meaning that we're going to take you into the land itself. We're going to take things that happen on shore and bring it on board so you can enjoy. And of course, while you're on shore, you're going to experience it as well. We own and operate all of our lodges that you will be staying at, as well as we have excursions, we have programs for anybody of all different ages. Honest to goodness, I have sailed, and if you were here earlier, I've been to Alaska about 10 times, not always with Princess, because I do have to go on different conferences on different cruise lines. And I can honestly tell you, I love what we do, all the extras that we do, and there's a reason why we have been, and we still will be, number one. People always say, why do you want to go to Alaska? Well, it is the glaciers, the wildlife, and the mountains. It is stunning. When you talk to somebody who's been to Alaska, we can just smile at each other and say, you get it, because it just is a feeling, an emotion. And honest to goodness, our cruise tours are designed to help showcase the best of the best in Alaska so that you are not missing out when you do join us. Now, this is the tour that we're going to be talking about from September 2nd to the 13th on Island Princess. It is a 10-night cruise tour. And some of you might be saying, well, what are you talking about? What does a cruise tour mean? Well, a cruise tour is when you add a 7-day cruise along with 3 nights or more nights on land. In this particular case, we're going to be on your tour, you're going to be doing 3 nights on land. And Glacier Bay National Park is involved with that as well. You'll be taking trains, buses, and the cruise ship, and it will be an experience you'll never forget. But let's take a great look at your Alaska cruise tour that you're going to join Team Friesen on. It's called what we call the 7-day voyage of the glaciers. So you'll be starting in beautiful Vancouver, and I do recommend you get there at least a day early. There's so much to do in Vancouver. It is another beautiful port of call itself. And just even walking around the seawall in Vancouver is something that everybody should do at least once. It is going from Vancouver and Anchorage with 2 days of scenic glacier viewing, along with our ports of call that we're going to talk about now. And this is what we call our inside passage scenic. Now, from day 1 through day 7, while you're on the cruise, you literally need to make sure, get yourself a balcony. I'm telling you, folks, get a balcony. Why? Because you could be sitting there having a cup of coffee, having a Bailey's, and you might just hear something in the water. You look down and you're going to see beautiful wildlife. There's certain excursions that you're going to be able to see these wonderful eagles that are flying around right in front of you. And you never know when that whale tail is going to flip up. So make sure you keep your eyes out. Now, Princess has something called the North to Alaska program. And we're really proud of this because it's some people say, why do you want to do a cruise? Are there things to do? My gosh, just this one screen itself. The lumberjacks actually come on board and do tutorials and talk about what they do and how they live their life. We have park rangers, actual park rangers that will come on board as well and do a talk. They actually are going over the loudspeaker and telling you what you're seeing as we're touring around Glacier Bay. So this is why you want to do a balcony, so you can take some time, grab yourself a snack, a beverage, sit on the balcony, and you'll be able to hear what those park rangers are describing as we're sailing through. You don't have to be standing upstairs with other guests. You have your own private area. The seafood itself, the lectures that we have, and that lady down at the bottom there with the dog, that is Libby Riddles. She is the first woman to win the Iditarod dog sled race. She still comes on board, brings her dogs that she deals with still, and does an amazing lecture. She is someone to not miss, and she takes the time to speak to absolutely everybody. We have so many different things that you can do, including something called Cook My Catch. And that's what this is. This is something that we offer that on certain excursions that we have, you are able to catch it and bring it on board. And within 24 hours, it is served to you for dinner. You can't get any fresher than that. And now it is on select excursions, but the travel advisors will be happy to talk to you about that. This is actually a picture of one that I caught. I'm kidding. I don't fish, but this does happen, guys. It is an amazing experience. If this is something you're interested in, we want to make sure you're taking care, you are looking into that. Day 2, we're inside Passage Scenic Cruising, and the weather is beautiful, and you're going to have so many different things to do on board. But let's get to Ketchikan. But before I do that, I want to show you a quick video on Ketchikan.
Yeah, there's no sound on this, Christine, but I mean, I think the pictures kind of speak for themselves.
Okay, sorry guys.
It's
They're
okay.
saying 40-pound salmon. It's huge.
And for those who haven't been to Alaska, I remember the first time I went, I was so excited to see eagles. And I thought, oh, I hope I'm lucky enough to see one. Well, let me tell you, eagles in Alaska are like pigeons at McDonald's or seagulls at McDonald's. They're everywhere. There's tons of them, and it never gets old, and they are huge and they are majestic. And I think Ketchikan is my favorite of the ports on an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah, and with that, there is an amazing excursion that you can do that takes you to a little hidden area where the crew of the ship that we're looking at, or that we might be doing this tour on, we're trying to get this settled for you, but they have the eagles just flying in just all over top of your head and grabbing fish right out in front of you. It is breathtaking. You just will never see anything like that ever again. Like as Leanne said, it's like seeing a whole bunch of seagulls at a fast food restaurant, but these are much prettier. In addition, we're on our way to, in Ketchikan as well. There's some great candy stores there called Ketchikandy if you want. There's also several other restaurants that you can go to, but just a beautiful place. The lumberjack show's there, lots of excursions. I can't get through them all. We'd be here all night. Juneau, yes, is Alaska's capital. And there you can go to Tracy's King Crab Shack as well. This is where Libby Riddles comes on board, as well as we have Puppies in the Piazza that you can take a look at as well. And I'm going to try the video again, but let's see if this one will work. I'm not sure. Any sound, Leanne?
No, no sound.
Okay, just look then, folks. This is where the you can fly up onto the glaciers and visit the puppies that are being taught to be Iditarod dog sled racers. You can do that. The Mendenhall Glacier Tour is there as well.
The whale watching tours are absolutely
and this is the whale watching, yep.
If you're super lucky, you'll find the orcas. Like we did. Like we did. Yeah, we were very lucky. I love that you don't just see Alaska, you get to experience Alaska and the culture and the lifestyle there and the people and of course the wildlife.
And it's a different air. Like when you breathe in, it's a different air, it's a different feel. And you really do get to see those beautiful whale tails everywhere. Now also in Skagway, gateway to the Klondike, as they say, the Red Onion Saloon is very famous, White Pass Rail here, and this is where the big gold rush is. So there's lots of different things to do. I personally did zip line here as well. So much fun, just a great place to go. So I'm gonna skip through that because we can't hear sound, and we're happy to send these videos to you as well. We have that ability to send so you can watch it on at your leisure. Then there's the Glacier Bay Scenic Cruising. This is where the park rangers will be on board and talking to you about what you're seeing. And hearing the icebergs cavern is a sound that you will never forget. It is a beauty in itself. We'll also be slipping through the College Fjord as well. And then disembarkation day. And this is a great picture because it shows this is exactly how close the trains are to where the ship is docking. So you literally will have a short walk over to the train. You have assigned seating for the train as well. And off we go. So there's our rail service as well as bus service, taking us, depending upon the different lodges that you'll be going to. That's how we're going to get you there. But with Princess, we own and operate this rail service as well. We have glass dome cars, as you can see. So there's always a great view. There's food and bar service at every car. We do have accessible seating, as well as being able to get you on and off the train if that is something that you need. And there also is open air platforms as well. Now, here's one great thing about Princess, your luggage. Now, because we're going from place to place to place, the great thing about this is you're going to pack your suitcases if you're disembarking because you're disembarking from the cruise. You're then going to just grab yourself a carry-on or a smaller size luggage that you have. We will then take your large size luggage, and the next time you see it will be at the last area, the last hotel that you're going to be at, or lodge, pardon me. And that's how you'll bring it to the airport at that point. Now, you'll all be given tags so that you understand. We always want to remind you, make sure you have your medications, you have toiletry items, change of clothes, things like that, and layers when it comes to going to Alaska. You're rolling through the heart, and this is exact shots of where you're going to be going through to see this wonderful destination and to start on this amazing journey of a land tour with Princess. And as I mentioned, there's the open-ended or the open part of the train so that you can stand outside and you can maneuver around. You don't have to sit in your seat. You can absolutely move around and go to the dining cars, etc. And there will be rangers on board and tour guides that will be telling you what to look for as we are traveling through. Now, Mount McKinley Princess Lodge, as you can see, is here, and a beautiful place. Now, we also offer the ability, if for some reason it's overcast, because sometimes you can't see Mount McKinley, you can actually advise the front desk when you check in to give you a wake-up call. And I actually had to have that when my daughter and I were there because we were really disappointed. We were literally leaving the next day and we got a call at 2:00 in the morning and said, "You can see it, come out." And we ran out and we were able to see that amazing, beautiful spectacle of Mount McKinley. And here's just some more pictures of things that you can do there, as well as great dining ability there. There's a couple grills, or the restaurants are available. Now, your beverage package does not transfer to the land portion. So you can buy a meal package also if you'd like for the land portion. Just talk to your travel advisor. And when they talk about attire, they just say Alaska casual. Nobody's wearing ball gowns or anything like that when you're going through Alaska. This is another great place. You can actually purchase s'mores kits to sit by the fire with you and your friends, and little beverages as well. But it's just a nice relaxing area at the fireside patio at this wonderful lodge. Denali, she's just incredible. I love Denali. There's so much to do there. The lodge is, of course, closest to you. Across the street there, that is what we call a strip mall. That's what I like to say. There's a whole bunch of little wooden stores. It's a little rickety stores with rickety boardwalk, and a great restaurant across the street. If you love beer, the Alaska white beer, it won't disappoint. You're going to want to try and go there. This is on day 9 for the Denali Lodge. It overlooks the river, and we have beautiful hot tubs that you can sit there and relax and overlook this beautiful river. It is amazing. Denali is another great destination for you. And of course, sorry, Fanny Q's. I always forget Fanny Q's. She's a great place to go there. King Salmon restaurant there, burgers, you can get pizza. There's like a mini type of Starbucks area there. You will not go hungry, that is for sure. And as you can see, there's a full bar with 12 beers on tap. But get the Alaska White. Just try it. You'll love it. The park tour, one of the park tours is actually included as well for your tour. And we want you to remember to always order a boxed lunch from the lodge before you go, so you don't get a little hungry on the tour, because it is a full day tour. I also did this is just to give you an idea of all the different things you can do while you're on land. And I did the 4x4s with my daughter. The one thing I haven't done yet is to take the plane up to the glacier to do the visit with the dog sled racers. That is on my list to do on one of the many times I can. And of course, fly fishing, you can see, and canoeing, way too much things to talk about. And this was a perfect ending to an incredibly memorable trip, is the Sternwheeler Riverboat Cruise. This is also part of your package that you will be enjoying. You get on and off this beautiful tour, as well as having our tour guides talk to you about what you're seeing and meeting and greeting locals, as well as you get to pan for gold as well. I just wanted to finish with this and show you, this is, Alaska is so big. It literally, you need a few times to go there, but this is a great way to go and see a lot in a shorter period of time. We do have other lodges that we call Kenai and Copper River, which are off the beaten path, we like to call, because they're not on our direct to Wilderness Lodge train service. But in this instance, we won't be visiting those, but we can make sure that we can get you there another time. And although you may not be able to hear anything on this, you don't need to, because this is just the beauty of Alaska. Enjoy.
I'm not sure when this video was taken, but this is exactly what it looked like the first time I went in 2014, and exactly what it looked like when I went last year in August.
Amazing.
It's, I love that Alaska hasn't industrialized. That's a great shot. It's just exactly like this. Absolutely wonderful and clean and wild. And the first time we went, we took the kids. They were 6 and 8. So if you have children and or grandchildren, this makes for an amazing, amazing family vacation.
I took my daughter when she was 12, and like I said, she's 22 now. She still talks about this trip. And although we're going with a large group, you can do as much or as little together as you want. This is your vacation, and there's so much to do. We just want to make sure that you're getting everything you can out of this. So, and this is just a reminder of what we are including. So, Leanne, do you want to go ahead with this?
Sure. So as Christine mentioned, this package that we have includes the cruise and the land portion. Now, when you're on the ship for 7 nights, this price here is for 2 people. So if you have a third and fourth in your cabin, let us know. Those rates are deeply discounted, and we'll be able to give you the price for 3 or 4 in a cabin. Now, on the cruise portion of your trip, everything is included in that price. So that's your taxes, that's your cruise fare, those are your crew, your tips, the crew appreciation, that's your booze package, And if for people who say I'm not, I don't drink, or I'm not a big drinker, I'm the same, but that also includes things like non-alcoholic drinks, bottled water, specialty coffee, smoothies, fresh juices. There is your sodas, everything is included. If you're drinking it, it'll be included. Um, Also, your Wi Fi. I mean, when you're in Alaska, if there's ever a trip where you don't want to unplug and leave the world behind, it's Alaska, because you're going to want to be showing people all of the things that you see. If not during the day, at the end of the day, your cameras, your phones, they're going to fill up with so many wonderful pictures. So Princess is going to ensure that we have fantastic Wi-Fi so we can share that with everybody back home. Now there's things like premium desserts. And now desserts are included with your meals, of course, but the premium dessert is like that 24-layer red velvet cake that you have at the cafe in the morning. It's not 24 layers, it's probably 12, but it looks like 24. And so they make these decadent desserts in is it El Bacho? In the coffee shop
Yes.
in the piazza. And
Yes.
their specialty coffees, the regular coffees, are absolutely phenomenal. So you get to enjoy those premium desserts. They have a gelato, they have gelato bar across on the other side of the piazza, I believe. Fitness classes. Why do we put them in there? Because of the premium desserts. So if you're an active person, you're going to want to take advantage of these fitness classes. Now, the gym access is absolutely free for everybody on board, but if you like a more structured class, that's also included. Casual dining. Now, I want to explain that your food is included on the cruise. So you're going to eat in the main dining room every evening if you choose. The food is phenomenal there. There are also some specialty restaurants on board. There is a cover charge for those. So worth it. And we can talk about that one-on-one later. But they have a couple of casual dining spots. My favorite is Alfredo's. So they probably make about 40 different kinds of pizzas there. That's considered casual dining. So there is a cover charge only so that there's no waste. We're including 2 casual dining meals as part of your package. Ocean Now delivery. I should have had mine handy. So there's a little
I
ocean
know I don't have
medallion.
my medallion here, but
Yeah, I know mine's not too far. So the medallion, it looks like a little coin, and you can either buy a little watch strap or you wear it around your neck. And with this medallion, you open your door for your cabin. If you're going to charge anything on board, you're just going to tap that little medallion. But the super cool thing is, oh, here it is. See, that's
there you
my
go.
medallion. So the really cool thing is no matter where you're sitting on the ship, so if you're by the pool or if you're upstairs in one of the hot tubs and you're watching something, you think, I could really go for a glass of wine, but I don't want to get out. You're just going to, in the app on your phone, you're going to order something. And because you have this medallion, it's like a little GPS. Staff will find you and they will bring your drink or your order to wherever you are. And if you have to get out of the hot tub and let's say you're just, going to the other side of the ship, it's okay. They're going to find you because of this medallion. It's the coolest technology and only Princess has it. And I love it. Total game changer. And then last thing is room service. Now, most of the time, you're not going to be hanging out in your room because you're in Alaska. But I love breakfast in my room, nice and early on the balcony. Before the day gets going, I want a pot of coffee. I want some fresh pastries, maybe some fresh fruit, and I want it delivered to my stateroom so I can enjoy it. Just my husband and I in Alaska. Maybe we're in Glacier Bay. It's absolutely stunning and it's free. So those are the little things that make an already phenomenal cruise that much better. And nobody does it like Princess does. So we
We have
have
some great, thank you, Leanne, on that. We just grab yourself your robe, bathrobe, and sit out on the balcony and just enjoy this amazing view that we are bringing to you.
the view. You could see it in my picture right behind me. It's one of my favorite things to do. Now the pricing we have up here on the screen, this is the total in Canadian dollars for 2 people. You can go with an inside cabin. And for those where budget, if you're very budget conscious and you cannot make a balcony work, you're still going to have a phenomenal cruise. And we'll probably let you hang out on the balcony with us because most of us are going to be doing that because the views. But we do have some interior cabins, not a lot, because generally those aren't the cabins that are the most popular. We have 200 cabins in total, not that many left, not 200 left, but we probably have about 150 left. Most of them are balconies and mini suites. There's a very small price difference between a balcony and a mini suite. What's the difference? Mini suites have a little bathtub, not the kind you can relax in and put your legs out straight, but it's kind of nice to have that little mini bathtub sometimes, especially if you have children or grandchildren that are going with you. They also have some amenities that are a little bit nicer. The rooms are just a little smidge bigger and premium locations on the ship. So my suggestion is always, if you're only planning to do Alaska once, get a balcony. Find a way to make the balcony work. If you're planning to go back again, sure, take an inside cabin. That's okay. We can do the other half next time you go. But Alaska is one of those locations that most people only do once. If you're going to do it once, I want you to do it right. And that's why we included the cruise tour, the extra 3 days on land, because that's just going to wrap up your whole trip and make it everything that you've always been told that Alaska will be. Now, I do have to mention on the land portion, not all of your meals and your booze, those are not included. But I can confirm that in the lodges and the places that we stay, where you go to eat and have a drink, those prices are crazy reasonable. They're not
Oh, so
gouging.
reasonable. You are right. Yeah, so
I
reasonable.
was shocked at how reasonable the prices are. Just like
I
going to
want to
any.
tell you, Sarah and I, when we went, and of course she was 12 at the time, so she
Mhm.
wanted pizza and chicken fingers. So we got a large pizza, chicken fingers. I had the Alaska white beer, of course, and she had a lemonade, and it was $17.
Yeah, it's
It,
still
it
like that.
blew me away. It is still like that. Like it's absolutely incredible. A chicken finger, 2 meals and 2 drinks for under $20. It's just
Yeah.
fantastic.
So do not worry about the extra cost on the land portion. It is super reasonable. Your stays, your excursions, your transfers, and that train, that's all included in this price here. Any of you who may have done maybe Rocky Mountaineer in the past, that's a luxury train, very similar experience, fraction of the price. So these are the prices. The deposit is $270 per cabin. Balance is not due till next summer. So if you have any questions on this, definitely reach out to your normal, regular Team Friesen travel agent. They will have all of this information. You'll probably get an email from the Friesen group that is hosting this cruise, and that's FLC at expediacruises.com. You can also put some comments or questions in the chat if you want any way that you need to communicate with us. We are here for you. Again, I mentioned that we have 550 agents right across the province, and every one of us is excited about Alaska and looking forward to helping you choose the perfect cabin and get you and your family on board.
And with that, I just want to say also, just reiterate what Leanne was saying, is that if you are going to choose an inside, and I mentioned that you can sit on the balcony and listen to the park rangers, you can absolutely go upstairs to the open decks and the park rangers will be there as well. So you'll still be able to hear everything. It's just, as Leanne mentioned, if this is your one time to go, it is a must see to be in your own balcony to enjoy. Now, I do have a couple things on here. How many beds in a balcony or mini suite? So in a balcony, it's 2 twins that are put together, so it becomes like a queen bed, or you can have them separated. And you can fit third and fourths in some of those cabins, but if you are going to bring a third and fourth, a mini suite's going to be that much more comfortable for everybody. Do you agree, Liam?
Yes, absolutely.
And the third and fourth guests, it says, what are the rates for third and fourth guests, and are the land prices in US dollars? So the package price that you saw, I'm going to go back, possibly, there we go. That includes the land portion, does it not, Leanne?
Yes, it does. It absolutely
Right.
includes the land portion.
So it's not in US dollars. This is the price that you're going to pay for this 10-night cruise tour. So your cruise and the land portion is all bundled up in this. The only additional funds you're going to put out is if you're doing any shore excursions, or if you are, when you eat on land, or eat or drink on land, because as we mentioned, the package that we have here that is included, that is for the cruise portion only. And for
Correct.
third and fourth rates, please reach out to your travel advisor that advised you of this webinar, and they'll be able to price that out for you.
That's right. It'll depend on what cabin category that you choose, what part of the ship you're on. If you're midship, it tends to be a little more expensive because those are the premium locations. If you're on the very tips, very front, very back, those tend to be the lesser priced cabins. If you are somebody who is very prone to seasickness, I'm going to suggest get a cabin in the center of the ship. The smallest amount of motion will be in the center. The most motion you will feel is if you're right at the front, and that, of course, is only if the seas are rough.
And sorry, I missed one earlier. Are the meals on the land tour in US or Canadian? The meals on the land tour are US dollars because you are technically in the US at that point.
Yeah. Can you use Princess credits as part of your deposit, Helen? Yes, absolutely. If you have a future cruise credit or you have previously sailed with Princess, you've booked on board, you have something floating around that's got a Princess stamp on it, we can definitely use it to book you into this group. Okay, that's great. Now this presentation is recorded. If you would like a copy of the presentation, reach out to your travel agent, throw it down in the chat or send us an email at flc@expediacruises.com. We will fire off that presentation as soon as it's ready. We're just going to edit it a little bit on both ends so that you don't have to listen to us talk and banter back and forth on stuff that's not related. But it looks like those are all the questions that we have for tonight. We have kept it under the hour. Great job. Thank you so much, Christine, for joining us. To all of my Team Friesen colleagues who are here with your guests, thank you so, so much. Can't wait to see you guys on board. Looking forward to answering any questions that you have. And with that, have a wonderful evening and take care of yourselves. We'll chat with you soon. Christine, if you can make sure that that stops recording and that we don't lose that, that would be great.
And how do you want me to do that? Do we know
I
yet?
have no idea.
Alt C, I think it says stop recording. So I'm going to wonder if that's it. Let's try it. Are you sure you want to stop recording to the cloud?
Yes.